Once upon a time, the Miami Hurricanes were considered college football royalty, but since 2003, they've been nothing more than disappointing. So here today, I'm giving myself 5 seasons to restore their past glory, and hopefully I will be predicting what there is to come for the Miami Hurricanes. To ensure that this rebuild is a success, I've created a list of goals. We must average 45 points in a season, beat both Bum SU and Boo F in the same season, win 2 national championships, win any individual award, have 6 or more players drafted in a single draft, and have a top 3 recruiting class. And if I don't complete these goals by the end of the 5 years, I will be giving away a $50 gift card to a random person in the comment section. Let's get it. First things first, to regain control of the state of Florida, we have to get the recruits right out of our backyard. In the heyday of Miami, they got the best recruits out of Florida, and that's why they were so great. Here in season number 1, we get our first crack at the Florida State Seminoles, sitting at 4-0 on the season, number 5 in the nation. Florida State is 3-2, number 19. And on paper, man, we are the better team. We have them beaten every facet of the game, and Lee Corso was rocking out with us in his first matchup. And we are getting off to a hot start, setting the tone early with our first run from scrimmage. Henry Parrish trucking the defender, crossed the 50 to 40, getting into FSU territory, and he's finally tripped up in the red zone. Now looking to cap this drive off with 6. Tyler Van Dyke on the 2nd and 6 will link up with Elijah Arroyo for our first touchdown of the ball game. Late in the 3rd quarter, down 4, Tyler Van Dyke is going to turn around and hand the ball off to Johnny Griffith to cap off a drive with a 3-yard touchdown. With 7 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, Tyler Van Dyke is going to link up with Xavier Restrepo to pick up a first down and set us up in the red zone. Now to start off the 4th quarter, he's going to go right back to Restrepo in the back of the end zone with an absolute dime, only where he could get it. That extends the lead up to 10. And with 2 seconds left in the 4th quarter, Florida State has one last chance to try to extend this game to get more points. That ball's going to fall harmlessly to the ground, and your Miami Hurricanes get a big-time rivalry win here in season number 1. Picking up later in the season, week 13, the biggest game of the year, number 1 Miami taking on number 2 North Carolina. And here late in the first half, Tyler Van Dyke is going up top to Michael Redden for a touchdown. But Drake Bay and his North Carolina offense will not surrender as he drives his guys down the field to get a touchdown of their own. And picking up here in the beginning of the 3rd quarter, Tyler Van Dyke going up top, finding Xavier Restrepo to take the lead. But here late in the 4th quarter, Miami finds themselves down. Tyler Van Dyke flushed out of the pocket, rolls right. He's going to set his feet, go deep to Jaleel Skinner, and that's going to give us the lead back. And here late in the 4th quarter, up 3, the defense comes up with a very big stop, and they need another one here on 3rd and 14. They're able to stuff the run for a loss of 3, and that's going to set up North Carolina for a field goal to tie this ball game up. And on this 2-minute drill, this is the type of drives where legends are made. Tyler Van Dyke trying to march this team down the field. He's going to roll out right. He's got some room to run. He's going to get down across the first down marker. And now here on a big 2nd and 15, Xavier Restrepo works his way back to the ball for a big catch. That's going to set up this field goal attempt to take the win. And we do just that as Miami gets a big time win versus the UNC Tar Heels. With this win, this is pretty much sending us to the ACC championship game. And here at the end of the year, we are ready for that exact challenge as we will be taking on 11-1, number 4, Syracuse. But this game will be all Miami as they get a big time 56-28 win as we seal the win with this interception late in the 4th quarter with Gary. Now heading into the bowl season, we had a tremendous year. Roydale Williams from Bama wins the Heisman, but Henry Parrish finishes 2nd. He also walks away with the Walter Camp as well as the Doak Walker, and Akeem Messidor is going to walk away with the Vince Lombardi trophy. That leads us to our first college football playoff appearance here in season number 1. And as the number 1 seed, we will be taking on the number 4 UNC Tar Heels, who get a chance to get their get back versus.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
We come out here hitting on all cylinders. Tyler Van Dyke with a nice corner route throw to Restrepo. He's going inside the red zone, finally brought down by 2 UNC defenders. That's going to lead to this touchdown strike from Van Dyke to Jaleel Skinner to put us on the board for the first touchdown of the game. And this time around versus the Tar Heels, we would leave no doubt as we get a big time 21-point victory. Confetti falls and we will hoist our Rose Bowl trophy as we get ready to head to our first BCS championship. That would send us to the house that Jerry built, and we have a date with the Ohio State Buckeyes. I'm still not over us losing to them back in 2003, and tonight we get our get back. We get off to a fast start on this triple option as we are going to hand it off to the up back Cheney Jr. He's off to the races, the 30, the 20, the 15, 10, 5, touchdown Hurricanes. And you know the Buckeyes weren't going to make this easy. Here in the 3rd quarter, Tyler Van Dyke puts the ball absolutely on the money, tight coverage, only where Restrepo can get it, and we're going to strike for 6. Still with the lead here in the fourth quarter, up 5. Van Dyke back to pass. He's going to throw a strike to Kobe Young across the seams. That drive would die, and we would end up settling for 3. Still up 8, but CJ Stroud would drive his guys down the field, and here they are going for the 2-point conversion, looking to tie this ball game up, and they get it done. Waiting for the kickoff return, and we need a good return to jumpstart this drive. Chaney Jr. makes a man miss. He has a couple guys to beat up front. He makes 30 miss. 13 gets a little leg tackle on him. He keeps his footing, but he's finally brought down across the 25. Ohio State doesn't call any timeouts. They let us run out the clock. We punch it in with Henry Paris. CJ Stroud has one last shot to try to score. We knock that down to the ground, and we are going to get the job done, and we are going to win the national championship our very first year of this 5-year sim. Hey man, I didn't expect it to be this easy, but the job is not done yet. This offseason, here we are at signing day, and we have the number 2 class in the nation behind Alabama with 2 5-stars, 11 4-stars, and 6 3-stars. So let's take a look at our goal list here and see what we have accomplished so far in this sim. We just had the number 2 recruiting class in the nation, so we knock out number 6, and we won not 1 but 3 individual player awards, so we're good to go there as well. Season number 2 will be our first official chance to bump off both Florida and FSU in the same season. Now this game was dubbed game of the week, but let's just say it did disappoint. We're up 31-3 to start the second half, and Chaney Jr. is doing what he does best in the open field. Once he has some green in front of him, you're not going to catch him, and things got out of hand here as we won 66-23. A lot of sad, quiet faces in the crowd here at the Swamp, and we get a big time rivalry win, going 1-0 so far this season against the state of Florida. Next up, it was time for Florida State to come on down to Miami, and things got out of hand here as well. Late in the fourth quarter, we're going to hit Kobe Young. He's going to break a tackle, make another man miss, and he's off to the races for a big time touchdown score, and we get another big victory here, 2-0 versus the state of Florida. Now here we are, conference championship week, number 1 in the nation, 12-0 in the season. FSU bumps us off. They get the last laugh as they're able to get some revenge, and they're going to knock us out of the college football playoff. USC is going to be this year's college football playoff champion, but we did not leave our fans hanging here in this postseason. Catholics vs. Convicts 2023 edition, and Tyler Van Dyke flushed out the pocket here in the fourth quarter. He's going to throw a bomb to Kobe Young. He's going to make a man miss. He's got one more to beat, and he's going to get into the end zone, and we beat the brakes off of Notre Dame here 47-20, and we're going to finish the season off with a nice 13-1 record. Although we didn't win that second national championship, we did knock off another goal off of our list. That goal was to average 45 or more points throughout the season. This year, we averaged 46.6. And taking a look at the players leaving this year, we did not win a natty, but boy, oh boy, were we full of talent. We have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 players declaring for the draft. All seniors, all play well enough to get a chance to play on Sundays. And you see it here confirmed. We have 4 first-rounders, 2 third-rounders, 2 fourth-rounders, and 2 drafted in the 7th. Not only do we average 45 points in a season, we beat both of our in-state rivals as well. Then we knocked out the goal that I thought was going to be the hardest of them all, leaving us with just one more task: winning another national championship, baby. Here in season number 3, we're starting off as the number 2 team in the nation. But somehow 6 games into the year, we're 4-2, 2-1 in conference, and outside the top 10. But one of the greatest things about college football, it's not how you lose, but when you lose. And we found ourselves in a must-win situation at Chapel Hill, with both us and the Tar Heels being 6-1 in conference. Winner more than likely goes on to the conference chip. And Jake Garcia and this offense are going to start off strong on this read option. He breaks a tackle, throws a couple guys off him, and he's into the end zone. 3rd and 5, the defense comes up with a big stop as we get a near interception, and we're going to force a punt. 1st and goal, Garcia is going to hand the ball off to Mitchell, and he's going to fight his way into the end zone, giving us a 2-score lead. Defense comes up with another big stop here late in the 4th quarter as we're going to force the Tar Heels to take 3. Now here we are, backs against the wall, 3rd and 16. Jake Garcia throws a dot to George, and that's going to extend this drive. Even the Tar Heels mascot is getting a little worried. 3rd and short, 2 minutes left, 2 timeouts in the bag, and we're going to pick up the first down, and that's going to end this ball game. And with the win against Pitt, that sends us into the conference championship week as number 4 in the nation, setting up a win-in-your-end scenario. And I'm going to keep it real with you. Wake Forest never stood a chance. We won our 2nd ACC championship in 3 seasons, and we are headed back to the college football playoff. Big upsets as Utah knocks off Oregon in their conference championship, but Oregon stays in the playoff. and Michigan loses to Minnesota in the Big Ten championship, knocking them out of the playoff contention altogether. With Utah and Oregon getting ready to duke it out with an immediate rematch, we draw Penn State as the 2 seed taking on the number 3. Now, our game versus Penn State looked a lot closer than what it really was. We were in control of the whole entire game and they never really had a chance to win, but we do escape with a 3-point win, 34-31. Oregon does get the revenge versus Utah, knocking them off by 3, and they have a date with us in Tampa for the BCS National Championship. This is where we want to be, ladies and gentlemen, the hottest ticket in town, the College Football National Championship, number 2 versus number 4. Let's get it. Now, this remains business as usual for us as Jake Garcia finds Jaleel Skinner down the seams for the first touchdown of the ball game. After forcing a turnover, we find ourselves in striking distance once again as we hit George. He spins, he's going to nearly pick up the first, and we're going to cap off this drive with an absolute grown man run from our guy Johnny Griffith as he fights his way into the end zone. Another turnover gives us prime real estate in Oregon territory once again, and this time Brantley's going to punch it in. Find ourselves inside the 5 once again, and Griffith is going to walk this one into the end zone, and Mario Cristobal and these Miami Hurricanes find a way to get the job done once again, winning their 2nd championship of the sim. Hopefully this means Miami is back.